babies in your diapers. Welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius. Today we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a very cool video to talk about, a great book about a wedding day, my bonus score report, and we got a totally awesome guest, the one, the only, the amazing Judith Segall. Judith is a hairstylist, photographer, travel agent, and an artist.
Hello. Hi, Ty. It's wonderful to be here. So wonderful to be here and to meet you. You just make me smile.
Today we're going to start off with the video game of the week, and this is going to be a Smackdown.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Noob Smacker Simulator. So this is a game on the Roblox platform. It was made by Blockage. Because it is on Roblox, you are able to play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and even your cell phone. First off, my dad hates this game. I made him try it for 30 minutes, and he really did not like it. So you start off with the noob on the screen, and you are next to him. You click on your body and move the mouse to slam your body into the noob. This will make him bounce around the room and slam into the walls. Each time noobs get smacked, you get money. So you use the money to buy strength, how much damage you do when you smack, or you can get pets that help you smack the noob as well. I like upgrading my pets so they can do lots of damage when they smack the noob.
Why would you want to create damage?
Because you can necessarily kill the noob. Pass on.
Why do you want to kill anything?
This is the point of the game. You have to smack the noob so you can get better and better. Like, I'm on 7 already. I'm already at the boss on level 7, and it's so hard. He regenerates his shield.
I don't get it.
My dad said the game was boring because all you can do is throw yourself at the noob and run into him over and over and over and over and over again. My dad said no one should play this game, but I disagree. I think if you like to snack noobs, you should try it. They have lots of things to buy with the money you earn in the game, and you can also get mega pets that you can buy with Robux.
Smack is another word for kiss. Can I kiss you? Boy.
What I'm saying is smack in the face.
Oh, that's a different smack.
A Noob Smacker Simulator, 7 out of 10 stars, because first, I love smacking noobs around and getting lots of money. But my dad hates it, so he won't play with me. So you know a good game is one that lots of people enjoy and can play together. My dad does not like the idea of smacking people for not knowing how to play the game.
What's a noob?
A noob is someone that doesn't know how to play the game, or someone that isn't good at the game.
Oh, like a newbie?
Yes.
Oh.
See David Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
The website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. And now it's time for the book of the week, Annie and Snowball and the Wedding Day. So this book was written by Cynthia Ryland. Now reads the back of the book. In fact, Judith, would you want to do the honor?
I would love to. Annie, her dad, and her bunny Snowball love living next door to her cousin Henry, his parents, and his big dog, Mudge. But something is missing. Annie wants her dad to find someone to love. Then Annie's dad meets a woman named Martha, and soon it's time to plan a wedding. Here we are.
Cool. So first off, this is an 8-hour book. It's worth 0.5 points or half a point. It's a second grade 6-month reading level. This is an interesting book. It is about Annie and her rabbit, Snowball. Annie and her dad live next to Henry, her cousin. They spend a lot of time together, and it is nice to have relatives next door. But Annie notices something was missing from her father's life. She noticed that even though they had lots of fun together, her dad did not have a wife to love. One day they met Martha, and Annie noticed that her dad smiled and sang more. He was happier than normal. He wanted to spend time with Martha and Annie together. The more time they spent, the more singing and smiling he did. He was happy. One day, Dad asked Martha to marry him and planned for months. Everyone that cared about Martha and Dad came to see the wedding. The wedding is where they promised to love each other forever. There are many people with tears of joy on their face. After the wedding day, Martha would be Annie's stepmom, and that would make them a family. I give Annie and Snowball and the wedding day 10 out of 10 stars because I like the stories about getting married and seeing that they are going to be happy in love with each other. I know that sometimes you can have people that care about you even though that they are not related. Like Jamie, my nanny, and Giselle, my sister of choice. I think all second graders should read this book.
So it's sort of like a new version of And They Lived Happily Ever After, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our awesome sponsors, SlutChannelUS.com. These guys are very, very cool. They bring 21st century surface drainage solutions to reality. They can do corporate and government work. These are the guys that make roads and bridges safe in the rain. You can see all about them at SlutChannelUS.com. That website again is SlutChannelUS.com. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373.
Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Judith Segall. So you were good friends with one of my past guests, Karen Gazelle. So my dad says you have lots of jobs. A hairstylist, photographer, travel agent, and finally, your passion, an artist. So first off, how are you enjoying being in the show?
I love being here.
Okay, so I have to ask. You have done so many things. Which do you like the best?
Well, so many things has to do with, if you've lived long enough, you have more things behind you, actually, and a lot of those aren't current, but they're things I have done. But at your age, all I wanted to do is be an artist, and eventually it happened for me, and I was fortunate enough to make a living with it.
Huh?
Yeah.
So what is the best part about being an artist?
I'd say the best part is it's what you feel. It's a part of, I get lost in my art studio. Time doesn't exist. I'm the creator. And things I see inside my mind, I can make tangible and bring it into reality.
Okay. My dad says you make paper. Why not just buy it in the store?
Because when you go to a store, you can't get paper that looks like this.
Wow.
I put in my own colors, my own textures. I like it very textural. And I like doing it. It's like when you work with clay. You're actually producing your own materials. I like playing with pulp. I like the feeling of my hands in the water when I have the plant fibers. And it's mine from scratch.
So how do you make paper?
How do I make paper? I've actually brought the instructions for you. They're right here. I start with, paper is made from any plant fibers, not just from trees, but anything that grows, even seaweed. Plants that grow in the water, plants that grow in the air, plants grow everywhere. Yeah.
And you can do the sheet formation, which could be mold and decal, a screen, and then cutching?
Coochie.
Cooching. And then
Coochie, coochie, coo.
cooching, and then you remove the water by pressing, and the final step is drying. And then you have paper. So I saw in your bio that you do multimedia art. Does that mean I can see it on the TV and the internet?
Multimedia, actually, there's a term called mixed media, which means you use different elements in one art piece. Such as this would be a mixed media piece because this is a pulp casting. This is not sheet forming. I've actually put the pulp directly into a mold that I made it out of clay, then plaster of Paris, and then in the plaster negative, I push in the pulp. And then after it's done, I actually use paints and paint over it. So it's mixed media because I've sculpted and I've painted, making it mixed media, more than one. And so multimedia means that I work actually in lots of different materials. It doesn't have to be paper. Sometimes I'll work with, when I sculpt, I might actually use surgical gauze. I've done, I paint, I do lots of, but this is what I do mostly. But I will go into other medias, making it therefore multimedia.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
It does. When you were a kid, what did you want to do when you grew up? Did you always know you were going to be an artist?
Yeah, in fact, my first acknowledgement as an artist was when I sent, there used to be a show called The Romper Room, and every city, I think, had a different person on their romper room, but we had Miss Iris, and I sent her a drawing. And she had a magic mirror that she would look into during her shows. And one of her shows, she looked into her magic mirror and she saw me. And she thanked me for my beautiful artwork and told me how beautiful it was and how colorful it was. And I knew then that I wanted to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
That was my moment.
Now, my handwriting is very messy, but I see you do calligraphy. For my listeners that don't know, calligraphy is fancy writing for invitations and special documents. How does one get good at making their words pretty?
Well, actually, calligraphy is an art form. Writing is an art form. Different alphabets from around the world, I see them all as art forms. I've studied hieroglyphics and all because I think they're all amazing. Absolutely amazing. But I work a lot with the Hebrew alphabet. This piece says shalom, which it's actually hello, goodbye, and peace. So it's all encompassing. And so I have what it is in English underneath, but it's actually, people call me a calligrapher, but I'm not. I have a beautiful handwriting, but this is sculpted. I carve it in clay again, make a plaster master cast, and then I push the sheet of paper into it until it forms a letter, and then I paint them with gold leaf afterwards. So it's sort of a misnomer that it is calligraphy.
Oh.
But I work with the alphabets. I love the written word. I think it's very special. But you know how you get a good handwriting?
How?
Taking your time.
So my teacher said that I will use math every day. Do you use math when you are making art?
I love math. I really love math.
Wow.
Yeah, I was told when I was younger that I was good in math and I was good in art, and I didn't know how to mix the two. And I think now I should have just painted by number. What do you think?
I think you should.
Yeah, that was the solution, but no one knew it then. Mm-hmm. And you know why I like doing art?
Why?
Because then I'm in my inner child, and I can forget my outer adult exists.
Outer adult exists?
Yeah.
My dad always tries to do that. No kidding, he does. Okay, so what is the coolest artwork that you have ever made?
That's a hard question, actually.
I knew it!
Yeah. I will always tell you that the coolest work I ever made was probably the last piece I did, because that's the one always closest to you. But actually, I did a piece, this is really neat. My windshield broke in my car a few years ago, about 5 years ago. And when they replaced the windshield, I asked them for the broken glass because I said I'm an artist, so it's going to sound weird, but I save everything, because I do. And then there was an exhibit for Kristallnacht. Do you know what Kristallnacht is? It's the night of the broken glass that they had in Germany. It's what started the Holocaust. And there was a call for Jewish Community Center, the Holocaust Center here in Maitland, for a crystal knock piece. And I took all that broken glass, and I did buildings with the fire, and I threw all the glass in on it. And that's probably one of my favorites. Yeah.
Cool.
Because it talks about humanity and destruction.
So what was the first job you ever had?
The first job? Oh, my first job, besides babysitting, was working in an ice cream parlor.
Oh, I love ice cream. That's a yummy in my tummy.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I was assistant bookkeeper, and I got all the free ice cream I wanted. Actually, down in Jackson's Ice Cream Parlor in Dania, Florida, which is one of the top ice cream places in the country. If you've never been there, it's a treat.
Okay. So if our listeners wanted to grow up to be an artist, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them to major in business. You can be the best artist in the world. If you don't know business, you are not going to make a living. If you intend on making a living out of it,
It's cool.
You can be a lousy artist if you know business. I think you're going to do quite well.
So,
Yeah.
so how do I get to see some of your artwork?
Oh, you can come to my studio. You can even come and make paper with me if you want. You can get an invitation.
Do you have a website or Facebook for my listeners that want to follow you?
This is embarrassing. Now, this is embarrassing. Yeah. I have a website and it hasn't been updated in 20 years because I really didn't need it. So, it's ancient, but it's there. It's judithsegall.com. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe my dad can help you upgrade it.
That would be lovely. I've been told I need to know what I want, though, with it. My own conflict of interest.
What was the biggest mistake you ever made, and how did it change you as a person?
Oh boy, the biggest mistake I ever made, but it probably had something to do with the book that you just read. Oh gosh. I don't like to see them as mistakes. I like to see them as lessons because hopefully we can move on from them and learn from them. But, life and rules keep changing, so I'm not sure if they're really lessons or not sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is funny. Oh, and there's another one.
I've got another answer.
So hard.
Can I give you a different answer?
Yes.
Okay, regarding mistakes. As an artist, I see life as a giant collage, and that also collage is mixed media art, and a collage is when you actually build up with paper, and then you cover it with other paper, and then you cover it with other paper or things. It could be things also and objects, and then you keep covering over it until you're satisfied with the result.
So like that. So like that paper plus that paper plus that paper and more and more like.
And we're the same. We're the same in our lives, We take our mistakes and we put another layer on it and another layer on it and another layer on it until finally we're happy and no one sees what's underneath. At least they shouldn't. We hope they don't, right? And yeah, and it's all beneath the surface. Yeah. There we go. We're a big collage. I'm a collage.
What's on
I'll be a
the
collage
bottom
someday.
of this?
Yeah.
Cool. When you're not working, what do you do for fun?
My other job. I like working. I'm a workaholic, and so that's why I do so many things. Because if I don't do one 40 hours a week, I do this one for a few hours, that one for a few hours, and that one for a few hours, and it composes my whole day. And I just jump from one thing to another, like you do. Yeah. And I don't like staying in one place for too long. But right now I'm focused on the travel business, actually.
Thank you so much, Judith, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
Okay, I thought you said Math Corners, but I wasn't positive, because I don't know what Math Corners is. Sure.
Yeah, yeet.
Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
Get ready, it's time for the Bowling Score Report!
I got to go to Boardwalk Bowling, and I got a 109, a 108, and a 120. I got to play with Ellie, and it was so much fun. I got to see Mercedes, Andrew, and Drew again. But they were under the lanes. I used my two-handed ball and did very well. I enjoyed a hot dog and stayed late and practiced with Daniel bowling. So you could say I was bowling with bowling.
Yeah, I just went bowling 2 weeks ago. I hadn't bowled in probably 30 years. I thought it was like a bicycle. You could just get on again, and it wasn't. That was embarrassing. I got a gutter. I never got a gutter, even at your age. But it was with the Seminole County. It was for a fundraiser, and we're always looking to fill our team. Will you be on our team next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let Bonnie know.
So, if you want to go bowling with me, be sure to join me at the New Summer League at Boardwalk Bowling Monday nights at 6:30 in the evening, bro.
Where?
At Boardwalk Bowling.
Where's that?
Colonial Drive.
I would have guessed that. Yeah, East Colonial? Oh.
East Colonial.
Do they have pinball machines there too?
No.
No.
Even though that I do love pinball.
Yeah, I just went to the pinball museum last week.
Wait, in Fertitta Beach?
Where?
In Fertitta Beach?
No, in Delray Beach.
Oh, because I went to a pinball museum in Fertitta Beach.
I read about that one too, and there's one in Daytona too.
And there's also a pinball lounge in Novito.
I've heard of that one also, but the one in Delray, it's huge.
Is it all free?
No, you have to pay $10 to get in. Yeah, and then
So the $10 are the games free?
yeah, but you get.
I would definitely go there.
It has the year the pinball machine was made. I like the ones made in the 1950s the best because they made them differently then. It does make different.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Now it's time for Math Corners. Thank you so much, Judith, for helping me with Math Corners. Today, we're going to talk about multiplying 3 or more digit numbers by a single digit number.
Okay.
So, I've been doing my IXL.com math questions over the summer, and one of the more fun ones was multiplying large numbers by a single digit number. So larger numbers scare people into thinking that means it's hard. So when I get to solve it, it's like a challenge. So the first thing you need to note is that it's not super hard. You have to work the large number from right to left. So in IXL, you use the computer to put down the answer, but you could do the same on paper. So let's try 4,657 times 4. So you start with the 7 and times that by 4. That is 28. So you have to write down the 8 and remember the 2. Then you go to the next digit. 5 times 4 is 20, and then you add the 2 that you were supposed to remember. That makes 22. So you put down the 2 and remember the 2. Now 6 times 4 is 24, and then you add the 2 you remembered, and then you get 26. Then write down the 6 and remember the 2. Do you see a pattern going on?
Of course.
So now 4 times 4 is 16, and then you add the 2 you were supposed to remember, and you get 18. Remember the 1 and write down the 8. Since there are no more numbers to calculate, you just write down the last number you remembered, which was 1. Making the answer 18,628.
I knew that all along. I did it in my head.
So what is really cool is that it does not matter how big the first number is. So you can go on all the way to decillion because it is still the same process. You can multiply the 2 easy numbers, write down the 1's digit, and remember the 10's digit, which you will add to the next one over and over and over again. This is a great way to learn to do math in your head, and people think it looks amazing even though that is not really that hard. So Judith, do you now know all about how to multiply large numbers by 1 digit?
I think your explanation was wonderful.
I knew it! Thank you so much, Judith, for your help with Math Corners.
And now it's time for Heart of a Lion. We, the Tiberius Show, like living with the heart of a lion. Living with the heart of a lion stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility.
This week we're going to talk about leadership. For me, I think leadership is the act of loving what is good, having self-control, and being disciplined. The qualities of leadership are providing guidance and direction, organization, and being a positive influence on others. So this weekend, I got to see the New Kids on the Block mixtape tour at the Amway Arena. I was so excited, and my mom surprised me with a meet and greet with Joey McIntyre. I was so excited but remained disciplined and had self-control. I gave him my business card and told him about my radio show. He thought it was very cool. Then I shared the experience with all my fans so they could be a part of it. I'm hoping to be a good influence on others to show positive things of what people do that are good. So Judith, do you see or use leadership at all this week?
At some point in my life, I did become a leader. I don't know how it happened, but you become a mentor. I don't know if it's instinctive or whatever, but we do start to mentor others, definitely.
So of the Heart of the Lion virtues, which is your favorite?
Probably integrity would be. Probably integrity. Looking at your little list here.
So why do you like integrity the best?
Well, everything usually has to do with the definition. So can you define integrity for me?
Yes.
What is it?
So for me, I think integrity is doing what is right even when no one else is looking. The qualities of integrity is honesty, sincerity, truthfulness, and fairness.
I think you just described me, yeah. I've been told I'm too honest. I don't know what that means. What's too honest mean?
So what I think is being too honest is necessarily being honest of your decisions and benefits of what I'm trying to say. And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Judith Segall for being my special guest this week. It's been so much fun talking to you today, and I'll be sure to try and see some of your art at your next exhibit. And maybe one day I can see you make paper.
I would love that, and it's been amazing being on the Tiberius Show.
And be sure to listen to us next week on the Tiberius Show. With your host, Tiberius. Boo! That's a wrap.
The Tiberius Show is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer Joseph Boyd. Production editor Pierre Laguerre. Green Room manager Danny Boyd. Broadcast associate James Smith. And your program host, Tiberius Boy. The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.